I recently learned how to write and bind my own book from scratch. So this thing doesn't have a cover yet, but it has been what we call perfect bound, where you basically just get PVA glue and some clamps, and you just slap it on the side here. And I've made this sort of little diary. I just thought it'd be fun to go through this diary, because this is a diary from last year, I believe, in 2023. Just some random pages. I think this was my study plan that I never ended up following. And then here we have a health plan that I also never ended up following. And we have some information about ant farms. What is this? That's social profiling. We'll just ignore that. What is this? Contact details, set goals, how to build a uranium bomb. What is this? Codes and ciphers, but I wrote this with my left hand. That's why it looks like an absolute monster wrote it. That's also with my left hand. Chess tutorials, more chess tutorials. This is the most random. What is this? What was I doing? Memory training. Oh, that's right. I was learning a bunch of languages. Completely forgot about that. I think this was like random Dungeons and Dragons real life crossover. I tried to learn how to write in Hebrew. These were like resource acquisition logs, I think, when I was logging all the progress that I was making in the real world. What else do we have? Oh, here's the crafting table of actual elements. So you know how Minecraft has a crafting table? I thought it would be funny to look up the actual ingredients to make proper things and then write them down using standard galactic. Here's a drawing of a horse that I did. It's not very good. Not very good. I think the moldy name for horse is Hoiho. And I made this drawing of an evil Hoiho monster. Basically I tried to draw horse legs, but then it turned out really bad, so I just drew this evil horse monster. It looks so dumb. This is the only good attempt at drawing a horse, I think, that's in this book. I drew a Minecraft enchanting table because that's how bored I was in horticulture course. I learned that there's multiple ways to read books that are written in cryptographical things. I designed a line control device. I learned some words in Māori because there happened to be books at the course that I was going to. I drew a bunch of UFOs and then disguised them as lampshades so that people wouldn't think that they were UFOs. I drew a picture of a plane and the name in Māori for the plane because I don't speak the language and I live in the country that I should speak the language, but I don't very well. What is this? My basic shapes drawings, an awkward diary in Chinese. What is this? What language is this? What was I learning? It's in Chinese and Korean, I think Mandarin, and also Russian. I don't know why I wrote this diary. Some weird looking G4 DNA helixes. A drawing of a dude and the name of all the bits of the dude, but in Māori, so that I would hopefully remember it. A picture of a spaceship that I'll never be able to afford. A bunch of other things, a drawing of a fourth dimensional cube that I thought that I made that was original, but then found out that hundreds of other people had already come up with it. A plug to a YouTube channel. A warrant of fitness for the human body. A cool drawing of a stick figure dude doing a pose. Me learning about posture. Man, if you're still watching by this point, props to you, because this is boring. Basic life cycles of adults, insects, and how sometimes when they reproduce it causes them to die. A drawing of an electric motor that's definitely not an illegal stealing of top secret information. Another drawing of an electric motor that I got from a really old engineering book. Some more drawings of random car parts. I'm just going to flip through these because there's just a million different drawings. If anyone wants to buy this book off me, I am absolutely broke at the moment. Hit me up. We'll discuss a price for you to see the secrets of my life. This is a really complicated diary that I hope no one freeze frames. What's in here? Knowledge acquisition goals and their completions. What does this say? Random achievements. These are just all random achievements that I made. This is a pretty boring, long book. More drawings of horses. I'm just going to flip through until we find something interesting. Well, is there anything interesting in here? Another mind control device. A drawing of a dude that would be cool biological engineering to make it so that I could have actual wings so that I can fly places instead of having to walk. What is this? Oh, this is cells, and also a drawing of a really old invention that was used to cut wood. This is how you cut a tree into planks, in case you were wondering. This is the location of all the secret places that the government doesn't want you to know about. I went down a conspiracy rabbit hole in 2023. This is another wood extraction device. This is my financial goals. I can't even remember what these were. These are more knowledge and skill acquisition point logs. This is a super boring diary that if you can be bothered freeze framing, I envy the amount of free time that you have. There's also more. And then these are some more alphabets of different languages. This is me learning what different chemicals look like on a small scale according to the opinions of scientists. This is a diagram of how to make metals from ores. This is when I tried to learn real magic, which is super embarrassing because I tried it and it didn't work. This is drawing in, I think this is the Ogham alphabet, which is a really old alphabet that was used for engraving in stone. I think this is me attempting to draw a cool chart, and then I just got lost. And then there's more diary entries that are super boring, and then I learned how to start a secret society because that's how bored I got. And so I drew this diagram. You can see that law is at the center, and then philosophy, and then culture, then purpose, then goals, and then concealment, and then legend. And on the outside is the normies, and then if you want to get to the law and read this top secret book that I wrote, then you'll have to really convince me. This is a drawing that I made of a pyramid thing where there would be a huge giant Rochelle salt crystal that would generate lightning storms on command. This is a diagram of the human brain overlaid with the Eye of Horus so that you understand how neurochemistry works. These are secrets from a magic book called the Arbitel. It was the most positive grimoire according to Foolish Fish, which is supposed to be the most optimistic grimoire. It's not a very good drawing here, but I don't get into that stuff. I've heard that it's just bad. This is a drawing of my natal chart. If you can be bothered working out all the things that I drew, then you'll be able to determine my date of birth, but I wouldn't suggest doing it because it's a massive waste of your time. In fact, if you're watching this video, you have too much time. If we go through here, it's just more diary entries. I'm just going to scroll through this really quickly because it's just so boring. I'm digitally recording it because in case it gets lost in the next flood that we have or whatever, because once I built a bunker and it was a really huge bunker and it was very cool, but then the sea decided that it didn't want my bunker to exist, so it flooded the whole of my village and destroyed my bunker, and we have to fill it in, and it was a massive loss of research, so I'm recording it to the internet so it doesn't get lost. This is the Grimoirium of Danley. It's a drawing of a book I want to write, which is not actually going to have any real magic in it, and if you follow the tutorials, it's just going to be me messing with you. This is more diary, even more diary. I was going to make a stall to try and sell my wares, but then I gave up on it. And then there's like random philosophical questions between me and myself, talking to myself. But here's another mind control device that I designed. Ignore this monster. This is me learning how to do plumbing. This is me learning how to write with my left hand. This is me trying to pass the horticulture exam, somehow passing despite doing horribly. This is capacitors and cathode ray tube tutorials for those old CRT monitors. You know those big square TVs? They're actually cooler than the modern ones made of liquid crystal display because they use plasma, but they can also make x-rays which can give you cancer, which is why we moved to liquid crystal display. This is tutorials on how to do chemistry. This is more me trying to learn real magic but failing horribly because I'm not very good. This is my attempt at drawing a maze. If you can solve it in under 5 minutes, something cool might happen, or I could be lying to you. This is a drawing of weather, I think. just trying to explain everything that's in this book. This is drawings of trees that I made with a person next to it for scale of reference. These are trees native to my country that are quite rare. These are trees and fruits, and the ones that you can eat and the ones that you can't. This is written in the Theban alphabet, for those who you don't know what that is. It's basically an alphabet that people used to use back when magic was cool. This is a drawing of Hollow Earth and a description of all the ways to get there. One of them is the Pyramids of Giza, one of them is New Zealand, the other one is the Solomon Islands. There's a few in America and a few all over the place. It's only a two-dimensional drawing, so it's not a very good picture, but this is supposed to be Middle Earth. That is, of course, a joke, but it is possible that it's there because we've only been down about 7 kilometers, so anyone who says that Middle Earth doesn't exist is just guessing based on readings that they've got from equipment. This is a bunch of sigils. Sigils aren't actually evil magic, they're just ways to decode cryptographical messages on boards of numbers or letters. If we go through here, we can see that these are the letters and their associations. This is some cool drawings. This is me learning physics for a very dumb person because I'm not particularly smart, but I did try to learn physics. This is a goals wheel. This is how to make tornadoes and lightning storms using nothing but expensive giant leaf blowers. And also how to make a cumulonimbus if you have a giant microwave array. We keep moving here. This is me trying to figure out how to move to a new planet where lawyers don't exist, so that I can have all the YouTube freedom I want. This is a tutorial on how to make real nylon, in case you want to know how to make real nylon. And these are forbidden atoms that you're not allowed to know how to make. This is just a bunch more drawings, and there's like a million different drawings in here that I can't be bothered explaining because it would take me forever. This is me designing a dictatorship. Don't take it too seriously, it was just a joke. This is a drawing of a human brain with an electroencephalogram on top of it. In case you don't know what that is, it's like an EEG thing that goes on your head that reads your brain waves so that you can use a crown to control an army of robots. This is a drawing of the Eye of Horus that I learned from the Korea Magic series. This is more drawings of the human brain because I like studying neuroscience. This is me trying to learn how to convert energy into matter because we can do matter to energy but not the other way around. What's up with that? This is me playing with bioengineering CRISPR theory. And this is me trying to explain how Moses used a robot snake to trick everyone into thinking that he was the best magician. This is another drawing of the human brain that I made. Again, I'll probably never be a doctor because apparently I'm a dumb piece of garbage. But that's alright because grandma can't get to me now. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's pretty much everything that's in this book. There's a few missing pages and you'll probably never find this again because I may burn this. Anyway, goodbye.